Aquarius, hey, welcome. Adrian here, and this is your general love reading for 20 till 30 April 2020. It's a general reading, so it may or may not resonate with you. It's for Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus for the sign of Aquarius. Okay, and then also I wanted you to understand exactly what I mean when I'm speaking about love, because for me, love is not only the romantic side, not just the soul flame, twin flame, sorry, and the soulmates and all those type of vibes, but it's also got a lot to do, if not more so, than the personal relationship that you have with yourself. So there is another video that I uploaded. I'm putting the link for you in the description. It's going to be the very first link. So if you open it, it's right on top. Just to explain a bit more about love and just finding yourself and who you are, the beautiful, beautiful, beautiful being, the perfect being that I believe we all are. Okay, so I'm going to do for you the general reading, but if you really want to have the full value out of the reading, I do recommend that you do go, click on that link and watch that as well, maybe after the video. Okay. Alrighty, so first of all, what I'd like us to do is I would like us to connect together in the heart space. So if it's safe for you to take a moment to relax, what I'd like you to do is just take a nice deep breath in with me into the heart space. We're going to release it and walk into that space of peace. And the reason why this is so important is because remember, I'm tapping into a collective energy. All right, and I'm connecting to your heart space, and I want only the best and the most positive in this reading to come out for you. Okay, so into the heart space, release, and into a moment of peace. Okay, again. Lovely. Okay. If you are coming back to my channel, welcome back. Thank you for coming back. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your energy. Thank you for your donations. Thank you for those ordering personal readings for the month of April still. I have my 30-minute readings at $11 instead of the usual $40. If it's your first time to the channel, absolutely welcome from my heart. So wonderful to have you here. If it does resonate with you, you're more than welcome to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. I have got a reading that comes out once every week to the best of my capacity for all the different zodiac signs. Also subscribe to my Facebook, where I go live quite often, on my Instagram, where I put up 2 to 3 minute videos. I try to do it every day, just for a motivation for every day, because I feel that we can really need that. Okay, all right, so what I'm going to do is I've got a number of different cards here for you. I'm going to select an oracle card for you, as well as 3 cards from the Osho deck that is going to be just for the start of your reading, and then I'm going to end of your reading with 1 card from the Angel Tarot deck and 1 card. Let me see, let's put 3 over there. So 1 card from the Angel Oracle deck and 1 card from the Archangel Oracle deck is what we're going to finish off with. Okay, so but I'm first going to select them for you now. Put it up there. Not looking at it yet, leaving it upside down. We're going to see at the end of the reading what it is all about. Let's actually take an angel card as well. If not, why not? Since we are working with angel cards. All right, that one fell out over there, so we're going to put this there. And then we are just going to start your reading for today, 20 till 30 April. And I do have a number of personal readings that I need to do, so I won't be able to do the full Celtic cross spread for you that I normally like to do. But what I will do is for your readings for May, I will do a full Celtic spread, full spread for May. Okay. Overall energy of the reading. So for this one, we're just going to look into the recent past, the present, and the immediate future. Okay. And overall reading of the energy of the reading over there is the Emperor. Okay. Some decision-making time there, time to I would say put your foot down, but also for a lot of you, it is also quite a lot about being at peace with the decision that you've already made. So I feel that a lot of you have put your foot down. Um, at least in your mind, you've decided, upon your decisions, what you're going to do, moving forward from here. But you need to find that okayness with the decision that you made. Okay, so we're going to clarify them, but I'll just show you what we have. The King of Cups, this is the recent past. The Seven of Wands, and the Hermit card. So kind of needed to decide that what it is that you wanted to have. And I feel there was a bit of a conflict of interest, but this is more like an inner conflict of interest. Okay, so decided what you want to have, kind of had that conflict of interest, and the one thing that might have really, deeply irritated and annoyed some of you is that I feel the best solution for you overall, really, Aquarius, has been that you needed to kind of sit this one out a little bit. Okay, see how it plays out, or allow it to play out in the best possible way. But it brought you to a very good energy. It brought you to Temperance, and there you've got Two of Swords over there, as well as the Eight of Pentacles. So a lot of you really, you started to find yourself. You did some inner child healing. Some of you went to the dark night of the soul. You're still kind of there, maybe a bit thrown by a little different kind of emotions. Not 100% sure how to proceed forward with what it is that you want to have. I believe this came out for you in your reading last week as well. Now remember, I've done yours first, and then I did all the 11 zodiac signs after you. Then I did the same sex reading, which is pick a card, which I put on a Friday. I've had a lot of personal readings because, obviously with the $11 special that I had, readings were just flooding in. I still have to do a couple. So if you do put it through, remember it's first come, first serve. But I do have a lot to do, and I like giving you my best. But I believe that this is what you had last week, that you want to move forward, but the beautiful thing is, even though you're not 100% certain how to move forward, you are determined and set on moving forward with love, which is a great thing. And also, you are focusing more on you. Excellent thing. Okay, and going forward, it's really paying off there with the Three of Cups. Really paying off. Some people are about to really appreciate you. I feel that a lot of you have, and I believe I had this last week as well, that for you it is you are finding a way to win within your own capacity, within your own life, but you're also finding ways to maybe help others win. And even if it's in such a way that you help them, and you kind of help them maybe with like an exit plan, in a sense of how they become self-sufficient on their own. You're not interested in creating any codependency here, which is lovely. All right, and really there's a lot of appreciation and a lot of positive coming back there for you. There with the King of Wands, this is all your immediate future. And look at what we're ending your reading off with. It's the World. But let's go look at those oracle cards first. Look at this. It says infinite abundance. I mean, really, infinite abundance. Abundance is pouring into your life. And so it is. And so it is. Okay? If that is something that you want to have for your own life, if you're saying yes to that, it's like a nice deep breath in and say, yes, I accept it with love. I accept it with life, with love, with light for the greatest good of all. I accept that for me. And when you do, then, things unfold really beautifully for you. With the Osho cards that we have, I've got number 8 there. It says ordinariness, but it's like, because number 8 is all about infinity, it's all about abundance. And what is this card saying? That infinite abundance. All right. It is about this new beautiful life pattern becoming a pattern for you, whereas you may have been spending a lot of time looking for for green grass, or the grass on the other side, all the type of things with where the blossoms bloom bright, whatever. A lot of you are realizing that the answer you're looking for is you, and it's amazing. And you are sharing that magic. That is where you come from. And the wonderful thing with sharing that magic is that it lights up your heart space inside. It lights up that almost like magical sort of fountain, I believe, that we all have inside of us. All right. So giving is never in vain, especially not on your side. All right. So we're going to start off by clarifying the Emperor first of all, which is the overall energy for your reading. And you're going to really smile when you look at this, because remember, this is the Emperor that we are clarifying. And the first card coming out for a clarifying card for the Emperor is the Emperor. Okay, so the Emperor, the Page of Swords, and the Page of Pentacles. Okay, so yeah, things are really, really, really beautifully lining up here for you. This is also a confirmation that you do know what to do. It's a confirmation that I feel many of you might be feeling a little bit that that your efforts are not appreciated, and it might even, the feedback from the world may seem that way. Just a reminder that everybody's going through their own stuff, and sometimes, you know, the way that things seem are just that. It's a perception and not in fact real. But yeah, you've got it. You've got what you need to move forward. I'm just going to select cards for all three of these. For those of you seeking for love, and this is very interesting, things are looking very good for you to either move on or to stay. Okay? Whichever you choose. Because here's the thing, you are finally, you see, you are coming from a point where you are asking questions, and you're basing your decisions, your life decisions, on those questions, in a sense of what is best for me. Okay, you're putting yourself first, yourself number one. So no matter what happens around you, whatever sort of turmoil might be taking place around you, so many of you are placing yourselves number one, which is so important. Okay. And then your clarifiers coming out there is the Ace of Pentacles. So a lot of aces, a lot of starts, a lot of new beginnings. The Ten of Cups and the Queen of Swords. Okay, so this energy that you are in, this placing yourself number one in your own life, is really paying off really beautifully for you. It is, it's in a way the universe is extending its hand of love to you, and this is of course a love reading, so we're looking at the aspect of love. And again, a reminder for you to, you know, when you are done with this video, go look at the link that I'm providing for you if that resonates with you. But for those of you that decided where you want to go with love, I feel that you've made that decision, and the universe is fully supporting that decision for you. Okay, for the life that you decided you want to have. The Ten of Cups is all about that, your dream life, basically. So if you look at it like that, you will see that it's, in a sense, let me put it like this way around, it's going to look even more that you can see that the dream life that you say that you'd like to have, life is saying to you, here it is, you can have it. Okay, it is available to you. Okay, and the Queen of Swords also there, the decisions that you made paying off in a very positive sort of way. So things are starting off really, really well. And this is still all in the recent past. Okay, so I feel that there might have been quite a lot happening there for you on a personal level. Life might have actually been feeling very, very full and very overwhelming at a point there with the Seven of Wands. Okay, might have been feeling very overwhelming. With this, the Lovers there that is clarifying, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Nine of Cups. And I feel that a question that a lot of you have been asking, Aquarius, is, especially when it pertains to love, you know, the love for yourself, romantic love, life, career, all areas of life really, but especially the romantic kind. The question that you've been asking, which many people might have maybe said, but you know, are you trying to mess up your own life a little bit here, or what's the deal here? The question that you asked is this really what I want? Okay. And for many of you, have the answers been yes, but I feel for some of you, it really brought up some emotions, some inner fears that you chose to rather suppress for the longest of time. Okay. For a lot of you, there's many emotions that have come up, and you for many of you, the answer has been no. That, looking at what I'd like to have in my life and looking at what I have in my life, the two doesn't actually correlate. Okay, and so you did what Aquarius is so amazing at doing. You took some time out, you took some space out, you felt those feelings, you felt those emotions, you really looked at things before just jumping forward and acting. Even for those of you that might be a little bit more impulsive than others, because of course it depends on what's happening in the rest of your chart as well, in the rest of your astrology chart. But I feel that for you overall, really, even for those of you that might be a little bit faster than others, you also took that little bit of a time out, a little bit of a moment out, and you said, I'm first going to give things a little bit of a look, and I'm going to see where everything is going before I'm just going to jump in and do this. And that has been great, okay? Because with the Page of Cups and the Ace of Cups and the Queen of Wands clarifying there, what has really been happening is that as you started to take time out and started to look at things in a more objective sort of sense, it's almost like getting better understanding and better clarity on things, whereas before, where you maybe wanted to just do the right thing and jump to the right point, if you say, you know what, I'm pretty sure I've got the best solution here, but I'm going to give it a little bit of time before, making up my mind, before actually speaking my sort of truth. I feel that first of all, it gave you a lot of inner peace, which a lot of you might not have had for the longest of time because you live for others so much. And you also got a clearer understanding. Some of you might have thought that some people were not really on your side when you now realize they actually were. And some of you might have actually realized that some people that you thought were on your side were not at 100% on your side, and you're actually quite okay with that because the inner work was done. Okay, so the current situation, we're going to look at that Temperance card over there. Such a beautiful card. Finding your inner strength, your inner energy, your inner you. Yep. So relationship-wise, a lot of you are seeing what you want, and you're starting to see it pay off. And everybody might not be so happy with your decision, which is generally a thing about life, but you're okay with that. All right. The clarifiers there for you is the Chariot, the Two of Cups, and the Nine of Pentacles. So I feel that, where you may have been very much have been basing your decisions before based on others, you are now basing it on very much not just what others not really space so on what others are saying anymore, and not even so much on your partner even so much anymore, but on what is it that I need. You in this space right now, what is it that I need? Does this line up with what I need? Okay, is this who I would like to be and who I'd like to be with? And I feel for many relationships there, in fact, that you might have felt that all hope was gone, all hope was lost, this was not going to work out. Many of you might have given up, but those things are actually coming to pass. Remember, sometimes the other person just needed some time as well. And for many of you going forward, you don't really want to hurt anybody. And I feel that instead of being in that energy where, Aquarius can be sometimes, it'll just say like, it's not working out, whatever. I'm going to cut it off. I'm going to cut my losses. I'm going to move on. You've kind of moved away from that mindset, all right, which serves you really, really well. You've completely moved away from that. And maybe realizing that many times in the past you could have really been your own enemy there, your own worst enemy there, but in fact sometimes being so in the emotions where you can almost like sort out so many other things in your life, but the emotions throw you could have many times been your own sort of worst enemy there, almost like a conspiracy theorist with the Devil card, the Hanged Man, and the Ten of Pentacles. So a lot of you have really been seeing that the person that might be holding you back the most in this world is you, especially when it comes to love, because you don't want to be hurt. People often misunderstand that Aquarius is actually like most people really, but you're sensitive. You don't like being hurt, and you don't generally, Aquarius doesn't like not being in control of things. They like knowing what's going to happen. They like knowing what the vibe is. And but I feel that again, many of you have been prepared to step away from that, behavioral pattern, and really say, this time I'm going to try things a little bit differently. I'm going to practice some patience, some overall love, self-love for the environment, even focus on something else. Maybe if I can't, and I think this is where the magic really comes in. If I can't 100%, get my own ducks in a row, let me see if I can help somebody else. And that is the magical pattern that is really, really, in a sense, almost like fast tracked you to actually then getting what you want. So that's the amazing thing by actually kind of stepping out of the way. You went into that surrender space by helping somebody else's dreams, in a sense, come true, because the quickest way to, in fact, get your own magic to shine is to help somebody else to let their magic shine. Okay? And they're ticking out all the boxes, not just in love, but also in life, in success, in career, in that feeling that you wake up in the morning and you go like, oh, how good it is to be alive. Okay. And you might not feel that every day, but you will feel that many days, or at least a level of it, because your efforts are starting to pay off. There is beautifully coming through there with the Eight of Pentacles, and clarifying that is the Five of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Seven of Pentacles. So I feel that a lot of you have been in that space where you've given up a lot of fights, be it inner turmoil, be it outside fights, growing a stronger sort of, how would you put this? Faith, if you want to call that, or belief, or just honoring the eternal connection that we have with the divine. And I do kind of speak about this in the video that I recommended you watch, just with our soul family always assisting us. And I feel that some of you might have been really some of those people that would go there and be like, oh, you shouldn't be messing with me. You don't want to be messing with me, because me, I will show you. But you stepped away from that. Okay, and it was a stepping away from that, and even for some of you realizing that you might have placed so much energy and time, which you might feel was wasted time, into that, and now wanting to do something nice for the world, that actually brought you into your flow of energy there, and starting to see things there pay off, flourish, maybe inner talents that you never actually thought was going to come to pass. You didn't think too much of it. And then just ending off for you there with your immediate future. Okay. So maybe a little bit of a rough patch ahead of you still. So clarifying the Three of Cups there. So things are coming your way, but Six of Swords clarifying the King of Cups again, and King of Wands next to it. Okay. So for many of you, it's almost about giving up that sort of control. My way. This is how I want it, Many of you might have very much been like, my way or the highway sort of. And you've really begun to see how that isn't the best way. But it's in the midst of all of this that you so actually beautifully started to find yourself, and that is beautifully admirable. Really started to find yourself and liking what you find and building with it, working on that inner journey. Whereas, a lot of your recent past, and even maybe some parts in your present, was very much about the dark night of the soul, which is when you go into those parts that are not working, also referred to as shadow work sometimes, or you can also call it inner child healing if you want to, or timeline healing, or and I understand why the terms are necessary. Please don't understand me wrong. I'm not judging it. I'm just saying that there are many of the terms, and some of them are very clever. But a lot of you, it's beginning to pay off. And there with King of Wands again, remember King of Wands was just clarifying the previous card, and then the next card we are clarifying is actually the King of Wands. So it's kind of going into the energy. There's a definite sort of pattern that is being followed here, a sequence. And so I feel that many of you might be doing well. You're doing well. You're doing well. Eight of Swords. Then you get to the Judgment and the Tower. So you're doing well. You're doing well. You're doing well. But then, of course, with life being life and with humans being humans, you get some of those past sort of patterns that come up again, make you feel a little bit overwhelmed again. These things do happen. It's just human nature. These things do happen. But also understand that it is part of you moving there with Eight of Swords. Let me just check quickly. So with Eight of Swords, this is you sort of moving out of perceptions, and sometimes that you're not good enough. But you are beginning to see your own value and your own worth here, and also realizing that sometimes when you feel this way, that it is past patterning that is coming out. Okay, and so it's helping you move on. So there are periods going forward where the road is kind of rough and rocky. Understand why that is happening. Also understand that the journey of life that you walk, okay, it doesn't matter what your numerology says, it doesn't matter what your astrology says or what your cards are saying or whatever it may be, this is a time to take your power back. Okay, and to understand that if you don't like something, that you have it within yourself and that you've got every right within yourself to go in and say that I would like to change this. I choose not to associate with that, to align with that, and to be that. Okay, you've got every right to do that because it's your journey of life. And so we're ending off there with the World, which is such a perfect card to end off with, and the World is clarifying. So beautiful things unfolding there for you with the Knight of Wands, the Six of Wands, and the Three of Wands. This is so amazing. Where really many of you are really in the process of finding yourself and really defining and redefining who you are, and that just brings you into more successes and more successes and more successes, which really so incredibly help to unfold the desires of your heart. And so it is. All right, let's just see what we have here for you. The Angel Tarot card, 10 of Water. Yep, balance or flow. So beautiful. A contented and rewarding family life. Your emotional and material needs are met. Trustworthy relationship. And what relationship is more important than the relationship that we have with ourselves? Because that determines everything. Okay? And I feel that the relationship that you are currently building it with yourself, which might be a bit of an overwhelming experience. If you are in a relationship, it really takes you to that next level. It's always so easy to blame the other person, what he's doing wrong, what she's doing wrong. They don't understand me. They don't get me. They're not making an effort. But sometimes when we really stop and think, we realize it might be us. Okay? And I feel so if you're in a relationship, it really might be going to a beautiful new level. For those of you that are single, you can really, if you're going to new relationships, it'll be such a good period, especially if you give it like 2 to 3 months, or easy kind of does it here, that because you're unfolding so beautifully, you can be going into such a beautiful relationship, because remember, you attract what you give out. And if you give that beautiful positivity out, then you attract such absolute beautiful positivity into your life. All right, Page of Ariel. That is the this very beautiful Archangel tarot card here. It says reliable, clever, educated, and balanced. An excellent opportunity will be offered to you. Scholarships or the pursuit of education. Time to get to work. And then let's just see what we have here for you for the Angel Oracle card, which we'll be finishing off with for you today, Aquarius. It says family. Beautiful. And it's if you look at that picture, it's like a beautiful soul family there, because instead of a biological link, more like a spiritual soul sort of link. The situation is rooted in an emotional experience with a family member, okay, which could be here, but it could also be within the soul plane, which we can help you understand and heal. And also remember, sorry if I can just add there quickly, is that emotional family bond that we build. Remember, when we go into a relationship or in a partnership or in a marriage with somebody else, we also enter a soul family contract. Okay. In your mind and heart, surround this person, yourself, and the experience with calming blue light and many angels. All right. Always, just when you do this, you just want to always say for the greatest good of all, if it's in alignment with their free will, just to make sure that we don't break universal laws. Be open to the gifts within the situation, because there's always something that we can learn. And allow yourself, so important, to feel peace. Okay. Wonderful. Aquarius, I'd like to thank you so much for your time and for your energy. Your comments are absolutely welcome. If it resonates with you, like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, and I will see you around soon. Thank you so much. Namaste. Love and light.